It was an ordinary Saturday afternoon at the Willow Creek Mall in Portland, Oregon. Families bustled between stores, kids clutched soft pretzels and stuffed toys, and the early signs of fall gave the air a crisp edge. Among the shoppers were Mark and Elena Rivera, a young couple in their early 30s, and their 8-year-old daughter, Lily. A bright child with a head full of curls and a pink inhaler she wore on a lanyard like a necklace. Lily had asthma. Severe. One wrong trigger and her lungs could clamp shut like a fist. Around 3:40 p.m., Elena stepped into a shoe store, leaving Mark with Lily outside on a bench near the food court. It was barely 5 minutes. When she returned, Mark looked up with confusion and then fear. "Where's Lily?" Mark's face drained. "She was just here." Within an hour, mall security had locked the doors. By nightfall, the Portland police were involved. Surveillance footage showed a man, tall, wearing a black hoodie and a gray baseball cap, approaching Lily with something in his hand. She followed him willingly. Initial reports assumed a random abduction, perhaps even a custody dispute. But the Riveras had no enemies, no messy divorces, no shady family history. Detective Sarah Mallory, a 15-year veteran of the Missing Persons Unit, led the case. She noticed something odd in the footage. The man didn't snatch Lily. He engaged her, calmly, almost like he knew what to say. Why would a child with asthma leave her parents for a stranger? Sarah asked aloud in the conference room. Unless he knew exactly how to get her to follow. The inhaler. On the footage, Lily looked at the man's hand, then at her own chest. He was holding something small. Plastic. Did he have her inhaler? Sarah murmured. Did he fake one? They issued an Amber Alert and canvassed nearby areas. But no sign of Lily. Days passed. The story went national. Then, a break. A woman came forward. She worked in the mall as a cleaner and recognized the man in the surveillance footage. She didn't know his name but said he was always hanging around the west exit by the old arcade machines. Creepy guy. Never bought anything. Just watched the kids. The FBI joined in and facial recognition identified the suspect, Jonathan Cale, 32. No criminal record, but a sealed juvenile file. Foster care. Group homes. Sarah pulled strings to get the juvenile record unsealed. It was a horror show. At 8, Jonathan had been placed in foster care after his stepfather was arrested for child pornography and assault. Jonathan himself had been one of the victims. From 8 to 17, he bounced between homes, often disciplined for violence, obsession with younger children, and disturbing drawings, many showing kids in cages or gasping for air. In one report, a therapist noted, Jonathan seems fixated on the idea of control through breath. Often reenacts scenarios of children losing air. Could be linked to his own trauma of being silenced and suffocated during abuse. Sarah's stomach turned. The asthma. The inhaler. They found Cale's abandoned truck in a wooded area 40 miles outside Portland. In the back were empty water bottles, snack wrappers, and an empty inhaler, the same brand Lily used. But no sign of Lily. A massive search ensued. Dogs, drones, and helicopters swept the forest. Nothing. Until, on day 9, a ranger found a hunting cabin, shut tight, windows painted black. Inside, they discovered a chilling scene. A makeshift child's bedroom. Coloring books. A mattress. An oxygen tank. And one tiny pink sneaker. But Lily wasn't there. A journal was found, belonging to Cale. In it, he described the garden, a place where air is taken before it's given. Pages upon pages of warped thoughts, obsessed with the idea of giving children a choice, breathe or obey. One line stood out, only those who listened to me got to breathe. For days, the investigators believed Lily was likely dead. Her asthma, time without her meds, it didn't look good. Until a break came from a missing persons report in southern Oregon. A woman who ran a halfway house for former foster kids reported a girl matching Lily's description. Dirty, barefoot, clutching her inhaler, was dropped off at a gas station by a man who looked like he hadn't slept in days. That man was Jacob Firth, 29. A former foster kid who'd been in the same group home as Cale. When police tracked down Jacob, he confessed to the unthinkable. Jonathan contacted me 3 weeks ago. Said he needed help healing a child. I thought he meant therapy, weird as it sounded. But when I saw the girl, I knew it wasn't right. She was scared. He had her in that cabin, man. Said she needed to learn how to survive without her crutch. Her inhaler. Jacob had spent 2 days pretending to go along with it. Then, while Cale was asleep, he took Lily, grabbed her inhaler, and ran. I couldn't be the monster they said we were, Jacob told Sarah in an interview. I saw her wheezing and thought of me at 8. Nobody came for me. So I came for her. Lily was hospitalized for dehydration and trauma but survived. She doesn't talk much now. Her drawings have changed, mostly of forests, trees with eyes, and a little girl standing alone in the dark, holding her breath. Cale was found 3 days later, dead from self-inflicted wounds near a reservoir. He had carved a final message into a wooden post, "Only silence is pure." Sarah Mallory visited Lily in the hospital. The girl looked at her, clutching a fresh inhaler in her small hand. "Am I safe now?" she whispered. Sarah knelt beside her. "Yes, Lily, you are." If you enjoyed the story, please drop a comment and subscribe to our channel.